So clearly we're going to talk about it right off the bat because it is my most anticipated read of this week, and that's saying a lot because we do have an absolute Batman in there. Hello everybody, welcome back into Jar's Toy Emporium. My name is Jacob, and it is another new Comic Book Wednesday vlog. Now today, we have some heavy hitters, and we have some new number ones, which I am super excited about, namely Absolute Flash. I am so pumped for another entry in the Absolute universe. I think it's going to be fantastic. There's a big week though. We have Absolute Batman this week. We have a couple of Ultimate series ones with, I think, X-Men and Black Panther. It's going to be a big one. This might be the best new comic book day of the year. I think this is my largest pull day of the year so far. I think I'm getting at least 10 comics, and I might pick up a couple variants as well. So it is going to be an absolute blast, but enough talking. Let's get to the comic shop. And here we are at Gotham City Limit. So obviously the first thing that catches my eye at the new comic book table is One World Under Doom issue number 2 because it's a Marvel Rivals variant. Now we did have a bunch of Red Label stuff this week, which I don't normally pick up, but it is cool to see. And then we have Ultimate X-Men 13, and that's just the start of some of the peak stuff that we're going to be seeing this week. They did have a new reprint of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man issue number 1, which I recommend you guys go check out if you enjoyed the show. We have TMNT Mutant Nation issue number 5 here. Then we have a couple of other Marvel Rivals cover here with Jeff. Everybody loves Jeff unless you're playing against him, then you hate him. We got Rocketfellers here, and then we also have Ultimate Black Panther issue number 14, and one more Marvel Rivals cover with Psylocke issue number 5. So really excited to add those to the collection. And then we get to some peak Absolute Batman issue number 6. And then I thought these Nightwing basketball covers were also pretty cool. If you guys didn't know, I'm a big basketball fan, so go Knicks. They had some Saga here. They had some Question Along the Watchtower, and they also had your Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger issue number 4. Now this is the big table that everybody is super pumped about, and we have the Flash, Absolute Flash issue number 1, and I am so stoked for this comic. A new entry in the Absolute universe, and some of these variants were amazing, so super excited to pick up some of those. And then I know a lot of people were also excited about this Sonic DC crossover. I'm not personally, but I know it's pretty cool anyway. And we had some G.I. Joe, we have some Bug Wars issue number 2. What an amazing week for comics. I'm so stoked with this week, and I can't wait to show you guys everything that I picked up. Alrighty guys, we just wrapped up in the comic shop, and this is definitely the best new Comic Book Wednesday of the year. So much incredible stuff. That's one of my biggest pulls I've had in quite some time, maybe ever. I have to go back and look if I've done any bigger than that one. But it was awesome. We got some variant covers, we got some new number ones, we got some just peak comic books. I'm so excited to get into them, but my lunch break's almost over, so let's get back to work. Alrighty guys, we are off from work and we are here in the Emporium, and we have the best new comic book day of the year up on us. Look at this stack of comics. I'm super excited with all the awesome comics we were able to pick up. We have 2 entries in the Absolute universe this week. One of them is a brand new one, and I'm super excited to show off some of the covers that I picked up for it. It's a great week for comic book readers, but guys, look at this stack, and then look, it's Absolute Flash. Let's get into it. So clearly we're going to talk about it right off the bat because it is my most anticipated read of this week, and that's saying a lot because we do have an Absolute Batman in there, but Absolute Flash issue number 1. Now clearly I'm excited about this one because it is a new entry in the Absolute universe, and we're getting closer to eventually having the entire Justice League, so I can't wait for that time to come. Hopefully we get like an Absolute Justice League comic, like a standalone comic. That'd be super cool because I think an Absolute Dark Side would be pretty epic, but Absolute Flash issue number 1. And as you guys know, whenever there's a new issue that comes out like this, I do try to pick up 2 cover A's. So fortunately, we were able to do this. Now, the funny thing about that is when I was in the comic shop and I first got there, I got there a little later in the day. They were completely out of Absolute Flash cover A's. Luckily, I had 1 on my pull list, so I knew I was guaranteed 1. But I do like to try to pick up 2, but I don't have 2 on my pull list because I think that's cheating. Like, I want to at least pick 1 up for myself to read, and then if I'm lucky enough, I'll pick up an extra. While I was there, they had a brand new shipment of them come in, so I was lucky enough to be able to pick up that second copy of the cover A, to just keep stocked away, keep it hidden away, even though I'm not a big fan of graded comics. Maybe one day it'll be worth something, and it's cool to have stuff like that in your collection. So I picked up 2 cover A's, and then keeping up with the new Absolute Flash theme here, I did pick up a variant cover, which this one I thought was super cool. I couldn't pass up on it after I saw it there. Really, really like this cover. And then the next one that we picked up is actually a new thing I'm going to try to start doing with new issue 1s that I'm interested in. And I did pick up the blank cover. Now, I haven't opened it up. You guys can see it is Absolute Flash here. But I've been seeing a lot of people go to conventions and they have the artist do like a sketch on the front of the cover because it's blank, or get autographs and stuff like that on it. And I think that's a really cool idea. So this is my first one I've had the opportunity to do that with. with, since I knew that was kind of like a thing to do. So we did pick up the blank cover for Absolute Flash, issue number 1. Great week just alone with that. This would be an awesome week for comics, but we have some heavy hitters in here, so let's keep going. Now, the fact that Absolute Flash is my most anticipated read of the week says a lot about how good this week is, because we have an Absolute Batman. Absolute Batman issue number 6. You guys know how much I love Absolute Batman. It is my favorite of the Absolute universe that we've gotten so far, and this is issue 6, so the cool thing about that is we should be getting some trade paperbacks coming out soon if you haven't had an opportunity to read the other single issues as they come out. They usually do 1 through 6 with those. Sometimes they do 1 through 5, so maybe there will be a 1 through 5 trade paperback instead of a 1 through 6. But either way, you should be able to read the complete story up to where we are now here very soon if you are late to the party. So Absolute Batman issue number 6 and Absolute Flash issue number 1, really, really cool stuff from DC this week. Now, this week definitely doesn't slow down any, because after those DC comics, we move over to Marvel, and we have a couple of entries into the Ultimate Universe. We have Ultimate Black Panther issue number 14 here. I'm still really enjoying Ultimate Black Panther. I know some people have taken it off their pull list because they said it was a little slow, but I'm enjoying it a lot. So excited to get into this one. And then the next one that we have in the Ultimate Universe is actually Ultimate X-Men issue number 13. So 2 fantastic reads here in the Ultimate Universe are X-Men and Black Panther. The only thing that could have made this week better is Ultimate Spider-Man, because it is the best out of the entire Ultimate Universe. I don't care what anyone says. Everybody knows it to be true. It's Spider-Man. But yeah, Ultimate X-Men 13 and Ultimate Black Panther 14 for Marvel. Now, you guys know me and my Marvel Rivals variants, and we had a few come out this week that I'm really excited about. So the first one, we have One World Under Doom. This is issue number 2, but this is the Marvel Rivals variant. And if you are familiar with the game, this is actually like the first gallery card that you get to fill out in the game. If you played like when it first launched, I think you can still get the gallery card if you pay like a couple bucks or something, if you did miss out on that. But yeah, that's what this one is for this week. And then we have a couple of other Marvel Rivals variants in the form of Psylocke issue number 5. I really love these Marvel Rivals variants because I'm such a big fan of the game, but they do look really cool. So here's Psylocke. And then last, we do have the Avengers issue number 24, and we finally have Jeff the Land Shark. So everybody hates this character in the game. Unless you play him, then you love him, but he is a pretty cute little guy. So super happy to have more Marvel Rivals variants in my collection. So we do have one Turtles release this week, and we have TMNT Mutant Nation issue number 5. A really great time to be reading Turtles, because we have this, we have the regular Turtles run, and we also have the Last Ronin, and we have TMNT X Naruto. Really great stuff for Turtles, but Mutant Nation issue number 5. And then let's switch over to some Image books. We have G.I. Joe issue number 5, the Energon Universe entry for this week. Really excited for this one. I think this cover looks really cool. Really like black and just pinkish, reddish, cool colors. So you guys can see here, we got the G.I. Joe guys all kind of handcuffed up right there. So super cool for G.I. Joe this week. And then a couple more Image books. We have the Rocketfellers issue number 4. Everybody knows how good Ghost Machine has been, so excited to continue to read this storyline. And then we also have Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger issue number 4. And I don't know why these covers always look so good to me, but I really, really like this cover, and I'm excited to read more of this one. It's been my first like Spawn book, so pretty cool to be reading this. And then lastly, if this was coming out during a week where we didn't have Absolute Flash, Absolute Batman, Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Black Panther, even I might like this one more than the 2 Ultimate entries this week. But we do have Bug Wars issue number 2. And if you guys didn't read the first issue, I would highly recommend you go pick it up. They just did a second printing last week, I think it was, and it is so, so good. So guys, go check out Bug Wars, but issue 2 just came out, and I'm super excited to continue to read this story as well. An incredible week for comics. Like, I am so stoked about the comics that we got this week, but it's about that time of the video, so let's pick our cover of the week. Now, obviously, you guys know we picked up a few of the variant covers for Absolute Flash number 1, and that's what's going to win this week's cover of the week. This cover right here, this is the variant cover by Declan Shalvey. So never heard of him before, which is exciting to find out about a new artist, but I really, really like this cover. I think it looks really cool, and they had some great Absolute Flash variants. You guys saw them in the video earlier, but yeah, this one really stuck out to me. I really like the black that fades into all these colors popping down here. Super cool. So this is my cover of the week, Absolute Flash issue number 1. But that is going to do it for this week's episode of New Comic Book Wednesday. I'm sure you guys picked up Absolute Flash, but if you didn't and there's another book you were more excited about this week, make sure to let me know down in the comment section below. I'm super excited to hear what you guys picked up, but as always, thank you guys so much for watching me ramble on about some comics that I picked up. Fantastic week of comics. I don't know that it'll get this good for a while. Huge pull week for me. One of my biggest ones. I think we pulled like 14 comics, which is crazy. Super exciting. I love pulling that many comics. It makes it Wednesday's that much better, as if they aren't awesome enough. With it being New Comic Book Wednesday, when you have a whole fat stack of comics to get through, it is even better. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you never miss another New Comic Book Wednesday vlog. And I can't wait to catch you in the next episode of New Comic Book Wednesday.